Hey guys, welcome back to the Creative Shack. My name's Lisa, and today we're going to create some Alice in Wonderland DIYs. So the first one, I picked this up from a thrift store for like $2 or $3, and we are going to make over this. So I kind of like disassembled it. I did take the knobs off of the drawers, and what we're going to do is we're going to start painting everything. But before I do that, I'm going to sand everything off because there was like a shiny coat on top of this. So all I did was do a really rough sand. Then after that, I decided to grab some red paint. I did mix it with a little bit of black. So I painted the drawers that red color, but I did paint the bottom of the drawers black, and I painted the chest around black as well, because I'm going to be covering those spots that you're going to see white. So I put that off to the side and I grabbed this checkered paper. I did pick this up from Hobby Lobby. So I love this paper. It's so cool. So I'm going to cover the sides with this paper. So all I did was try to measure this out as best as I can. And then all I did was kind of trim it off, and then I glue stick that right to the chest. And I put a lot of glue on this because I really wanted it to be secured. And then after that, when both of these were on, I went in with my sandpaper and I sanded the edges off. This just gives it a really crisp edge and a finished product, so it looks like you actually bought it. So I will definitely sand the edges. This does take a while. And then I decided to take this image of Alice in Wonderland. Now I did get this paper from Temu, guys. All I did was type in Alice in Wonderland paper, and it comes up with a bunch of it. So I grabbed this pack, and all I did was size it, and then I glue stick that on right on top. Now after that, I did sand the edges as well to just give it that finished look. And then after that, I actually did take my black paint and I just went over the edges that I already sanded, and I wiped it with a rag because that just gives it that finished look. So then after that, I put that off to the side so it can dry. And then I pulled out the drawers. Now the drawers, I really want to put some fun paper on the sides of the drawers and the front. So I took some of this paper that I actually already had, and this paper is actually from Temu that I got in that package. And all I did was kind of cut it to size, and I am glue sticking the piece of paper right on the front of the drawers. Now, yes, I did take the knobs off. That's okay. We're going to go from there, okay? So as you can see, I'm doing it to the second one as well. And then I decided to sand it off first to give it that crisp edge, and then go back in there and take a pencil to a pick and kind of jam where the holes were for the knobs, because I wanted to see where I could put my new knobs. I did go back in with red paint around there just to give it that nice finished feel. And now I'm taking some stamps. Let's have fun with this. So this stamp pack is actually from Temu as well, and there's some gears, a key, that type of thing. I do have an Alice in Wonderland stamp set as well that I got from Temu. So I just took some black ink, and all I did was press it right onto the sides of the drawers. Now, before you get to the second one, I would definitely dry it so there's no smudging. And then I did the gears, and then I did the key as well. Now, after that was done, I wanted to line the drawers. I decided to take that checkered print paper as well, and all I did was just kind of trim it off, and then I glue stick that right inside of the drawers, just to give it more of that Alice in Wonderland feeling, whimsical, that type of thing. I did it to both of the drawers as well. You can mix and match them, but whatever you have on hand. Now, I did grab some really cool clocks and gears and locks kind of a thing, and I just kind of went over it with black paint and some copper paint. So you can get stuff like this at Michael's, online, that type of thing. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to put this on one of the drawers, and I thought that would be really cool. And then I took some of these gears that I got at Hobby Lobby. So you can find stuff like this at Hobby Lobby in the jewelry section. And I just love these gears. They're like copper. And this key that has a heart on it, how perfect is that? Now I took some beads, round beads, and all I did was paint them black, and that's going to be my knobs. And then after that was done, I did put some copper onto the knobs just to give it more of that shiny feel, because you want it to make sure it's kind of vintage, that type of thing, because that's what I'm going for. Now these stickers I did get at Temu. These are really cool. I absolutely love these. And all I did was kind of stick that right onto the drawer. Now let's do the sides of the chest. So I grabbed some of these. Now these are stickers, but I am gluing them on there. And then I had some of these tags. Now these tags are paper, and they might be a sticker. But anyway, I put a little twine on there, and then all I did was glue stick that on the side of the chest, and I hot glued the twine so it can be stayed in place. So I did it for the other side, but these are different characters. This one is Alice and the other one's the Mad Hatter. So after that, I decided to go on the back of the chest, and I found this cut out in the same pack from Temu. I put that on the back of the chest, and I put the drawers in, and look how beautiful this turned out. But before I wanted to do anything, and I decided to put this lock, and I love this lock. I love these gears, so I try to make it a little bit more whimsical, and look how stunning this is. I love how this turned out. I love how you can use this for a gift, or you can use it in your bedroom, or you can use it in your craft room. Any way, which way, it is beautiful. Okay, so let's do a very simple DIY. So I grabbed these 3 jars from Dollar Tree. They had these little charms on them, and I took them off for a different project. Always keep things like that. I did take the stickers off, and then I actually went on Google and I found these Alice in Wonderland tags. Now, if you just type in Alice in Wonderland vintage tags, these do come up. And all I did was copy and paste it on my Word and then printed them out. So right now I cut them out, and I'm going to take my permanent marker, and I'm going to like kind of vintage it out. So by doing that is just kind of going around the tag with your permanent marker. Heavy hand or light hand, doesn't matter. And then I'm going to take that little circle where that tag is, and I'm going to fill that in. Once those are ready to go, all I did was just take some Mod Podge, and I stuck it right onto the jar, just like that. And that's just a very simple way to get this Alice in Wonderland vibe, especially with little bottles like this, because of course in the movie there was a little bottle that says drink me, and that's what I'm trying to go for. So just kind of rusting it out a little bit more. You can go beyond, like what I'm doing is taking vintage keys and taking some twine and wrapping that around the jar and securing that with hot glue. Now, how cute is that? I get my keys off Amazon, but you can get them at Hobby Lobby in a pack, that kind of thing. But of course, Amazon is the go-to place, and look how stunning these came out. So for the last DIY is another easy one. I picked up this arrow from Dollar Tree. I stained it with my Waverly Wax, wiped it off. Then I decided to do some dry brushing, and I took some white paint and I did that with a chunky brush. After that was all dry, ready to go, I went on my Cricut machine and printed out Wonderland. I did pick out this font because it looks a little bit whimsical. And then I pulled out some of my stamps. Now this stamp set I did get at Temu. And I'm just going to use this Mad Hatter, and I'm going to put it right where the tip of the arrow is. And then I took some more of these stamps that were in the same pack. Now this one looks like some checkered on there. It's like very whimsical, so I'm going to have some fun doing this. So as you can see, I am playing around with all of this. And then when that was done, make sure you dry it because you don't want any smudging or anything like that. Then I felt like it needed a little something. You can just keep it plain, but I felt like it needed a little bit more. And I put some greenery. I put some of these lavender picks in just to give it some of that realistic Alice in Wonderland. I did grab some of these dried flowers that I got at Hobby Lobby. These were in my stash forever, so I'm glad that I could definitely use these. And I just kind of had fun with this and play with different colors. You know, Alice in Wonderland's a lot of purples, pinks, blues, that type of thing. So I grabbed some of these other flowers that I actually got at Hobby Lobby in the dried flower section. And then I just took some more of greenery and just place it in there as well, right on the corner of the arrow. Of course, I put a key in there, and look how cool this is. Have fun with stamps, guys. You can always put them on wood and not just on paper. And all of these came out beautiful. I absolutely loved every single one of these. And these are a great sell as well. And if you guys like stuff like this, give me that thumbs up. And if you would like to subscribe, I would love you on board. And I'll see you next one. Bye, guys. Take care.